Hey guys, Mr. Polymers here. It's been some time since I've done a video. I think my last video was the Polar Bear Challenge back February 14th or 15th. What I've decided to do, I'm going to do some new videos. I've always had an interest in radio-controlled aircraft. In fact, in college I built my first trainer. So recently, I've had a lot of interest in the quadcopters. With the quads, they are very steady, and a lot of people have taken some great video. So I first researched the DJI Phantom, which is definitely a hobby grade quadcopter. But I thought I would decide to start off fairly inexpensively. And I noticed on YouTube there were a number of guys having successes with selling. And again, I'm going to lead up to this. This is WL Toys. This is the v262 quadcopter. It's 2.4 gigahertz. Has brush motors in it. Brushed aren't preferable, but generally you find the brush motors in less expensive quadcopters. I just kind of wanted to show you when I received it. This is kind of what it looks like. Many of the guys they take off this foam canopy because the foam canopy is adding, almost about 80 grams of weight. So I kind of wanted to show you how I morphed my quadcopter. I've done some modifications. This is currently what I have. Again, this, believe it or not, it's that same quadcopter with the foam removed. I went ahead and purchased, this is just a plastic canopy with low alien in it. My son kind of laughs at me, but I think it's off a V212 or V929, another quadcopter, a slightly smaller quadcopter, but it does fit. And again, these just all just pop on and off, so I can just easily pull this off here. The most work I've put into this quad is the camera mount. Obviously I purchased this primarily to take videos for YouTube. This is my first permutation of a mount. What I did, I took two skids that were actually designed for a radio-controlled helicopter, placed two of them together, and again I'll put links on where I got these. So I stacked them both up. This obviously would go underneath the quad. And what I also purchased was these rubber isolators. You see these often in the more expensive quads. And the whole theory behind this is to deaden any type of vibration up here. Foam. These two pieces here are thermoplastic urethane, actually pieces I had from work. So these are all these materials would add to the vibration abatement, or to reduce abatement. So actually worked pretty good. The problem I'm having is I notice the quad's starting to act erratically. I have about maybe an hour's flying time total in it. So what I did, just to reduce weight, I modified the camera mount just with a single pair of skids. I have a piece of, it's basically a plywood balsa material I purchased from Packetans, a craft store. Drilled holes, and I have the skids running up through it. And I placed Velcro on this to attach my Mobius camera. This thing takes excellent pictures. And what's nice with the Mobius, it's about 39 grams. Again, with the Velcro, I can just snap it on and off. In addition, I plan on, in fact, I did purchase a 2,000 milliamp hour 7.4 volt battery. That's too large for the current battery holder, but what I plan on doing is attaching it to the Velcro and hooking it up that way. Those would be on flights where I'm not using the camera. Had a flight yesterday, went to our local parks, did alright. I have some video, I may show the video. But that evening, this thing has been giving me nothing but problems. Now let me add that I have already replaced this motor. The problem with these brush motors is they burn out. They run very hot. Some people say you get about 20 flights out of them. So again, this is a new motor, but recently I'm just having some issues. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up and show you what issues I'm having. This is a fully charged battery, by the way. Now with the, since I'm an old guy with RC, radio control aircraft, years ago we dealt with the 27 megahertz and 72 megahertz. They call them, you know, FM bands, frequencies. The 2.4 gigahertz, which what this is the new type of frequency RC guys are using. What's nice with 2.4, it uses spread spectrum technology where you can actually fly a bunch of these around and they all have their distinct using spread spectrum radio frequencies. They all have their distinct a signature or precursor code, so again should be no interference. But what I'm noticing on this, and again, let me go ahead and get to the radio first before I jump ahead of myself. The stock radio just had a standard fixed antenna. I went ahead and modified this. I put a called an SMA cable inside. I won't show it, but I'll show a link. Someone else on YouTube who has made the modification. Anyway, I put the SMA cable to allow me to screw different antennas. Now this is actually off a D-Link router here. This antenna. I also purchased, and again I'll include a link, this is a high gain antenna. It is directional, so this is the face of the antenna. So in theory, this high gain antenna, just screw this on. in theory, this should give me 3 times the range. Now they advertise this between 100 and 150 meters. With this here, you know, who knows, 400 meters? Again, I haven't gotten that far. So anyway, I did the modifications on the radio, was able to get some good flights out of it, but now it's acting totally erratic. So I just wanted to post this video. Let's go ahead and get this antenna back on. Now, with all these radios, they have to bind, which means they have to link up to the quadcopter. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. And by the way, I can't have it too close to link, so I'm going to go and back it up here a little bit. Here's the quadcopter. You'll notice the lights are blinking. I'm going to go ahead, lift the throttle up all the way, and lift it back down. Now, it's just to see it's working. You can probably see the lights. See, I turned the lights off, so we know it's bound to the transmitter. Now, here's the problem I'm having. It's just acting very erratically. Now, this is a new motor, and it's acting as if the motor's bad. So that's full power there. And that's a new battery. There's no way that you can hear that. You can see right now, I only have main power on this engine here. I mean, the odds of all these motors failing is pretty remote. So basically, it's not flyable. Now that's full power. Again, you can see how erratic it is. If I were to let this go, it would pitch up this way. Again, I don't think, there's no way these 3 motors could have burned out simultaneously with this being a new motor. So, what I've done, maybe it's a stupid thing, I've gone ahead and ordered a new main board. These are fairly inexpensive. Go ahead and switch this off. I don't want this thing firing up on me. When I ordered a main board, I did order a more advanced, a newer transmitter. It supposedly is to give me twice the range on it. So I just wanted to post this video. Again, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought I would have some flight videos up by now and a good working copter. Again, I think I have mounting the camera solved. This here's maybe 25 grams. I mean, it's not a whole lot of weight. Total with the battery and the camera, this weighs in at 260 grams. So any of you that own this with the camera and the battery, let me know what your weights are. So again, I either have 2 things going on. A bad board with bad ESCs, in other words, the electronic speed control, or the remote. I actually turned off my Wi-Fi at the house just in the remote, remote theory that my Wi-Fi was interfering with this, but that's not the case. I shut it down. It's acting the same way. So again, just not flyable. Again, disappointed. I have probably, with the accessories in this, well over $200 in it. If I keep going, I should have just purchased probably a DJI Phantom to begin with. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted. Let me know, any of you that own the v262, WL Toys v262, what you think it is. And again, I'm pretty sure it's this main board. I did order one from, I think it's Y'all Store on eBay. I found their prices are very good, being a U.S. supplier. Banggood out of China, where I purchased many of my B6 balanced LiPo charger and parallel board. Their prices are probably the best on the internet. The issue is you have to wait a month to get the stuff. So Y'all Store is pretty good, and Walkera Esky, or Esky Walkera is good out of California. Again, the prices are going to be a little more. So anyway, I'm just disappointed. Was hoping to have some videos up by now. When it did fly, they are a lot of fun. What's nice with the quads, you can fly them in your yard. If you have a decent sized yard, you don't need a lot of room like you do with the fixed wing radio control aircraft they recommend 10 acres to fly, and most people don't have that kind of real estate. Also, where I live at the parks, they pretty much have banned flying due to insurance reasons. So it almost forces you to join a club. So anyway, just wanted to kind of bring you guys up to date. I know I've mentioned some of you guys, I'm going to mention some names. Ori Cerceo, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Ori out of Florida. Quadcopter 101 out of California. He's got some great videos. He's owned several of these, and I've been impressed with his videos. Also, a shout out to Jeff Cherry. Jeff out of Zanesville, Ohio. I know he flies quads. And again, I wanted to get down to Zanesville and fly with him, but it isn't happening right now. So I guess I'm going to have to stick with motovlogging. I know my Bergman is still running great. So, but I don't know. Again, you know, it is a Chinese product, and you know, the old adage, you get what you pay for. So anyway, give me some comments, tips, or anything, and again, I'll keep you guys posted. Mr. Polymers signing out.